In his later years, actor Robin Williams spoke about his struggles with stomach pain and digestive discomfort. While it didn't kill him, the constant bloating, nausea, and food sensitivities were real signs that something was wrong with his gut. All common symptoms in people over 65. And here's the surprise. One of the silent culprits lurking right in front of your eyes is dairy. You might think that milk, cheese, and yogurt are healthy, even essential for your bones. But after age 60, your body starts to lose the ability to digest lactose, the sugar found in milk. That means every fatty bite can silently lead to bloating, cramps, or even diarrhea. Why does your stomach feel so full after lunch? Why does your dinner time appetite lose? Why are your evenings ending in discomfort instead of rest? Most older adults never suspect the cream in their morning coffee or cheese sandwich. But science now shows dairy is one of the most common indigestion triggers in older adults. So before we talk about which foods to avoid, let's start with a seemingly harmless food that could be destroying your gut from the inside. 1. Pecan. You think you're picking up a heart-healthy snack. A handful of pecans may seem harmless, even beneficial. But after age 65, your digestive system may see this superfood differently. Not as a nutrient, but as an invader. Pecans are packed with healthy fats. But as your digestive system ages, which can happen to some people, your body may have trouble breaking down these dense oils. Instead of smooth digestion, you may experience sluggishness, bloating, gas, and that insidious bloating that builds up after every meal. Feeling full after snacking? Feeling suddenly full after just a few bites? It may not be your imagination. It could be your gut sending you a warning signal. Many older adults think nuts are always good for you. In reality, however, complaints of cramping, slow digestion, and loss of appetite after eating nuts are quite common and often dismissed as normal aging. Here's the hidden danger. Not all reactions happen right away. Over time, undigested fats from nuts like pecans can irritate the lining of your stomach, aggravate acid reflux, and even cause mild bouts of diarrhea. Over time, this weakens your gut's resilience and takes away from your daily comfort, meal after meal. If you've ever felt unusually full, belched, or gassy after eating pecans, listen to your body. You don't have to give up nuts altogether. Start with smaller amounts. Opt for easier to digest snacks like soaked almonds or soft fruit. Respect the changes your body is signaling and give your gut what it needs. Comment 1 below if pecans have ever made you feel sick. 2. Walnuts. Walnuts are touted as brain food, but what if they're secretly messing with your gut? Imagine pouring oil balls down a slow-moving drain. That's what overeating walnuts can do to an aging digestive system. It can happen to some people. Packed with omega-3 fats, walnuts can be great in moderation. But after age 65, your pancreas may produce less of the enzymes to process those fats. That means walnuts can linger in your stomach for too long, turning from brain fuel to belly bloat. Some older people even compare the feeling afterward to swallowing a rock, heavy, stuck, and tiring. You may be eating them to help your memory, but your gut may be paying the price. Reports of heartburn, sluggish digestion, and oily stools after eating walnuts are quite common, especially in people who already have slower bowel movements or gallbladder problems. Here's the shocking thing. Just 1 ounce of walnuts contains nearly 20 grams of fat, more than many burgers. For older adults with compromised digestive systems, that's a flood, not a stream. And over time, it can erode the balance of your gut, causing everything from indigestion to nutrient loss. So what can you do? Don't give up on walnuts entirely, but treat them like medicine, not junk food. Eat them in small amounts, chew them thoroughly, and never eat them on an empty stomach. Try pairing them with something softer, like oatmeal, to ease the load on your digestive system. Comment 2 below if you've ever felt tired, bloated, or heavy after eating walnuts. If walnuts have left you feeling heavy or unsettled, you're not alone. Many of us assumed they were the smart choice. But this isn't about pointing fingers. It's about listening to how our bodies change with time. And almonds? Well, they come with their own quiet surprise. Let's see why even these little heart-healthy heroes might not be so gentle after 65. 3. Almonds. Maybe you picked up almonds because someone told you they were the perfect snack, good for your heart, great for energy. But here's the kicker. When eaten incorrectly, almonds can be secretly doing damage to your body, especially after age 65. Almonds are hard, dense, and high in fiber, but if you eat them raw, unsoaked, or in large handfuls, they can be hard on older adults' weak teeth and sluggish digestive systems. They can be uncomfortable to chew, they swell in the stomach, they sit undigested for hours. Instead of giving you energy, they leave you feeling bloated, gassy, and tired. One older woman put it best. "I chewed and chewed, but it felt like the almonds were chewing me back." If you've ever noticed a tight stomach or dry mouth after eating almonds, it might not be your imagination. It's your body calling for help. And here's what many people don't realize. Roasted almonds lose moisture and become harder and harder to digest. Combine that with reduced salivation common in older adults, and you have the perfect storm for digestive upset. Try soaking almonds overnight to soften them, or switch to almond butter on bread, where the texture is easier to digest and the nutrients are still absorbed. The point isn't to give them up. It's to give your body a version it can actually use. Comment 3 below if almonds have ever made your stomach or jaw feel uncomfortable. 4. Cashews. They're soft, creamy, and seemingly safer than most nuts. Many older adults choose cashews because they think they're gentle on the stomach. But this nutty treat has a secret. It contains oxalates, naturally occurring compounds that can silently damage your kidneys and joints. It can in some people. Oxalates can bind to calcium in the body and form crystals. For older adults who are prone to kidney stones, arthritis, or inflammatory bowel disease, cashews can act as a slow-burning spark, causing pain days or weeks later. You may not suspect it while snacking, but that innocent handful could be planting the seeds for future flare-ups. One older gentleman shared that after eating cashews, his knees felt stiffer and his back hurt more than usual. His doctor pointed to oxalates as a potential culprit, and indeed, cutting them out brought relief. And that's not all. Cashews also contain phytic acid, which can interfere with the absorption of minerals, particularly magnesium and iron. Two things older people often have trouble getting enough of. You don't have to avoid cashews forever, but if you're prone to kidney problems or joint stiffness, limit them. Try lightly roasting them or switching to lower oxalate options like macadamia nuts or pumpkin seeds. Comment 4 if you've ever experienced joint pain or discomfort after eating cashews. 5. Peanuts. They're everywhere from mixed nuts to peanut butter sandwiches. But did you know peanuts are one of the most common sources of hidden mycotoxins? Specifically, aflatoxin A, natural product of mold that grows in warm, moist storage conditions. For older adults with weakened immune systems, it's not just a stomach bug. Aflatoxin is classified as a carcinogen. Over time, low doses can silently cause liver damage, increased inflammation, and even digestive upset. You may not see it, smell it, or feel it right away, but the effects build up silently with each bite. Some older adults report persistent nausea, mild stomach pain, or even unexplained fatigue, all symptoms that can go unnoticed for months, until one day, it's too late to trace the cause to that innocent-looking jar of peanuts on your kitchen counter. And here's the kicker. Even roasted peanuts or commercial peanut butter can contain trace amounts of aflatoxin, especially if they come from large, poorly stored shipments. Older adults are more susceptible because their detoxification systems slow down as they age. This doesn't mean you should be afraid of all peanuts, but it does mean you need to make smarter choices. Choose brands that are certified aflatoxin tested, store them in a cool, dry place, and don't eat them if they taste bitter or off. And when in doubt, opt for almond butter or tahini instead. Sometimes the danger isn't in what we feel, it's in what we ignore. Comment 5 if you're surprised to learn this about peanuts. 6. Pine nuts. They're elegant, expensive, and often sprinkled on salads or pesto. But pine nuts can secretly interact with medications that many older adults take every day, and few people know about it. These nuts contain natural oils that can slow down liver metabolism, the same pathway your body uses to process blood pressure medications, cholesterol medications, or even aspirin. The result? The drug can stay in your body longer than it should, building up when it should be broken down. One older adult reported feeling dizzy and having an irregular heartbeat after eating pine nut ravioli, and later discovered his medication levels had spiked. Not a new drug, not an overdose, just a missed interaction. To complicate matters, pine nuts are also high in manganese, which, when consumed in large amounts or combined with certain supplements, can interfere with blood sugar stability or clotting factors. This is especially risky if you're taking insulin or blood thinners. And worst of all, there's something called pine nut mouth syndrome, a strange metallic taste that can linger for days after eating them. For older adults whose sense of taste is already impaired, this can lead to loss of appetite, confusion, or even nausea. Does this mean pine nuts are toxic? Absolutely not. But if you're on daily medication, and most people over 65 are, talk to your doctor before adding pine nuts to your diet regularly. A quick chat could save you weeks of mysterious side effects. Comment 6 if you are on medication and never realized pine nuts could interact. 7. Macadamia nuts. Macadamia nuts have a luxurious feel. They're creamy, soft, and easy to chew, a rarity among harder nuts. But hidden beneath that creamy texture is a surprising danger for older adults. Extreme calorie density. Just a handful, about 10 to 12 nuts, contains more than 200 calories and nearly 23 grams of fat. That's more fat than a cheeseburger. And while it's a healthy fat, aging bodies often struggle to metabolize excess energy efficiently, especially as digestion slows and muscle mass declines. Older adults who indulge in macadamia nut snacking may be unwittingly causing slow, insidious weight gain. And that weight gain isn't harmless. It stresses the heart, aggravates joint pain, raises blood sugar, and increases the risk of sleep apnea, all silently, with just a few nuts at a time. Many older adults wonder, why am I gaining weight when I eat so little? The culprit may be the hidden calories in small, seemingly innocuous foods like macadamia nuts. And here's what many people miss. Unlike other nuts, macadamias are so soft and delicious that it's easy to eat too many without realizing the fullness signals a recipe for unintentional overeating. You don't have to give up macadamia nuts forever, but measure them carefully, no more than 5 to 6 at a time, and pair them with high-fiber foods like apples to slow digestion and prevent energy overload. Small adjustments can help you enjoy your snacks without the potential health risks. Comment 7 if you've ever been surprised at how quickly macadamia nuts accumulate calories. Sometimes, the signs are already there. Quiet, subtle, easy to miss. Maybe you have noticed feeling unusually full or bloated after just a few small snacks. Maybe walnuts have made you feel heavy or strangely tired during the day. Perhaps dry foods like almonds now feel harder to chew or digest than they used to. Or your joints and digestion feel worse after a handful of soft nuts like cashews. You might have felt oddly nauseous or sluggish after eating peanuts or peanut butter without connecting the dots. Maybe certain medications seem to act differently now, and you never thought food could be part of the reason. Or perhaps you have gained a little weight without understanding why, even though you only snack on small things. These little whispers from your body are not random. They are signals, gentle nudges, asking you to listen, to adjust, and to protect the health you deserve. Our bodies change, often in ways we don't expect. Foods we once trusted, the handful of nuts, the creamy cheeses, the hearty snacks, can begin to feel different after 60. Not because we are weak, but because our systems are asking for a gentler kind of care. It's not about blame, it's not about regret. It's simply the way life reminds us to adjust, to honor the new rhythms of aging. If some of these foods have caused you discomfort, know you are not alone. Millions of older adults experience the same quiet struggles, the bloating after a snack, the restless sleep after a meal, the hidden fatigue that makes each day feel a little heavier. These aren't failures, they're signals. They're the body's way of saying, I need something different now. The good news is, small changes bring real relief. Swapping one snack, softening one habit, listening to one small signal, that's all it takes to turn discomfort into energy again. You don't need to give up everything you love. You only need to know which choices truly serve you now, in this chapter of life. And the truth is, every adjustment you make is an act of self-respect. Every smart choice you make at the table helps you walk a little lighter, breathe a little easier, and live these precious years with more comfort and confidence. Your body is speaking. Today is the perfect day to start listening.